So for this one, we have the Russian folk song. On this one, we have our A. So on this one, we're that very top line. If you look at the bass clef on the very top line, that's going to be our A. So anytime that you see a note there that's kind of on that top line, we're always going to remember that it's this one. That's that A there. It looks like they have kind of a left-hand warm-up exercise, so let's go ahead and do those exercises. We're going to start in F position. Number one is going to be on that C, holding these for 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, repeat, beginning with the left-hand finger, number 2. So all we're going to do is slide over just a little bit, using that number 2. Now we're in G position. Okay, and then we have some different sections here. They letter them by different sections. So you're going to start with this A section. Then on measure 4, you have another A section. That means that these are exactly the same. So if it has the same letter, both of these are going to be the same passage word. So measures 1, 2, and 3 are going to be the same as 4, 5, and 6. Once we get to measure 7, we have our B section. And then also on measure 10, we have another B section. So again, those lines are exactly the same. When you're practicing, just sort of imagine that you're doing a copy and paste of those notes from that line to the next line. On the next one, we have an A1, which means that it's very similar to our A section, but there's going to be probably like maybe one note that's going to be slightly different, or maybe a few notes that are slightly different. If we look, the first measure looks like it's exactly the same. I'm sorry, this will be measure 13. Measure 14 looks like it's the same as our A section. And then when we go to the next one, this is measure 15, the first B is the same, but then that next note is different. So instead of playing A, it goes to E, and then it ends with that last whole note there. So a little bit different for the last one, that's A1. Okay, so for this one, go ahead and find your hand position. Left hand, number 3 on A. Right hand is going to be on the C position, 1 and 3 on that C and E. So this is our middle C position. Both thumbs are going to be sharing that middle C position. So imagining both thumbs are connected together, hit the middle C and kind of fan your fingers out. That's our hand position, middle C position. Okay, so for this one, we're going to play nice and loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice we have those accents there. Bum, 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 and we have a forte. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, next one's exactly the same. Okay, on measure 7, this is B, 1, 2, 3. So we have that dotted half note. 1, 2, 3. Bum, 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 bum. Same thing on the next one. Now they switch it to a piano. So instead of playing forte, we're switching down to nice and soft. Measure 13, we're going to switch back to that A section, but now we have those little, notes at the end that are different. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it for this one. So kind of starting from the beginning, same thing. Okay, and that's it for this one. This on the below it says discovery transpose this piece using this set of keys. Okay, so hand placement, we're gonna go over to, looks like 1 on F. I'm just doing this now for the first time just to add a little bit extra here for this video. Number 1 on F, so it looks like we have that middle F position. So the thumbs are gonna be on that F, fanning out. This is the first time I've tried this, so we're gonna give this a go. Okay, so when we're doing transpositions, we're going to be doing kind of the same intervals, but the notes are going to be different. So when we're doing this, we have 3, 1, 3, all these together. So we have a D minor. Okay, piano. Returning back to that main theme. Looks like it worked out. Okay, so when you kind of get the hang of that first part, kind of in that middle C position, you can do the extra bonus challenge and moving up to that D minor and going through through the same thing. So you're going to use the same finger numbers. So if you're not quite sure what the notes are, you can just go straight off with the finger numbers that are there. Or you can go by the intervals. So if you know that a note is, a second or a third from each other, you can also use that as reference points for giving that a try. And I think that's about it for this one.